into your reading. This is going to be a general message for you guys. Hope everyone is doing well. So what we're going to do is start off with some tarot today. I'll pull the oracle cards at the end of the reading so we can get some advice from the oracle then. But I just want to go straight into it and see what's coming through for the group of Gemini that I'm picking up on today. All right. So these readings usually last around 30 to 45 minutes. So hopefully you like more of the long form tarot readings. We go into depth and detail as it relates to your current situation. And then we'll get some, like I said, oracle cards at the end. So Gemini. What's coming through for the Gemini group that I'm picking up on today, please? All right. I'm going to get into your personal energy. So this is you, mind, heart, body, soul at this time. This card did want to come out. So we have the it stays, wants to move around. 6 of Wands, okay? I do feel speed with this card, fast movement. And then I'm also getting the opposite direction from where you should be going. So I don't know where it is that you are going. All right, maybe you think that you're going in the right direction, but something here is saying you're going the wrong way, okay? So if you have any doubts or need clarity about that, that is your message, right? Like if you've been sort of hesitating about it a little bit. You also have the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. This is extremely fiery energy here. The Emperor is usually associated with the sign of Aries, even Mars, which is obviously a fiery energy. And then, of course, the Wands coming through. So your conviction is strong, okay? It feels like you're confident. You know where you need to go. You know what you want to do. Your vision is there. You're making things happen, okay? There's no doubt, it feels like, right? Like there's no doubt within your being, in your heart, in your mind that you cannot get what you want, okay? You're being really direct and assertive about it. There is something to overcome here. There's something to prove, you know? Maybe you have been through a period where you were just lacking in this fiery willpower, right? Like sacral power energy. And for somehow, you know, some way it's starting to come back and you feel it sort of burning in your belly and in your soul here, and you want to make things happen. You want to get things done. Okay, so it feels very much like that. I would say we're doing like a 30-day reading. Within the next 30 days, you have a lot of plans. You're very busy. You know, you want to tackle some things on a list, right? I feel like you have a list of things that you need to do, need to accomplish. You want to stay in control of your situation, which I think you're doing very well. And again, there is that strong sense of like proving something to yourself. And I don't know why that is coming up so strongly. But again, there's still that underlining thing of, you know, where are you going with it? Where are you going with it? Like, what is the outcome? What is the end result that you're looking for? It's one thing to prove your willpower, right? Prove that you have the ability and the willpower to get the things done and to make moves and to initiate things and be in control, like all of those things. But what is the end result? Like, what is the goal? You know, it feels more like proving your will instead of going this direction because you have an end goal, right? Like this is about your capability. This is about your power within, not necessarily where you're going with it. So there's something about that here. But either way, I do think that it's come at a time where you needed it the most. Maybe you have been in a place where it's like maybe you lacked the energy, you doubted yourself, maybe you were, you know, being a hermit and very like internal or something like that. And now it's like, no, like you're bursting open, you're exploding with energy right now. You may be getting a lot of attention People may be noticing the difference in your energy levels, in your mindset, you know, in your pursuits, like what it is that's important to you right now. Like it's almost as though like you're on something else. Like you woke up one day and you're like, enough of that, I'm doing this now. Okay, we're going into the external here. So this could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances. 10 of Cups, beautiful. So in your environment, you're supported. Your family, close friends, there's moral support here. There's emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction. What else? These people may be just rooting for you, right? Like maybe you're starting a new business or you have this new project or you're just like, I'm going to do it now, Mom, you know, and your mom's like, yes, baby, like go do it, go get it, right? Like things like that, which sometimes we need, you know, especially from people that where we care, right? Like what their opinion is or what they have to say about it. Their opinion, certain people, not everybody, but really affects us and matters, right? 7 of Wands. It feels as though somebody has your back. If it's not like a group of people, it could be like one person here sort of fighting for you, right? Like being really supportive. And it probably for most of you, it's because they have the same goal or the same mentality of like, if you're going to do something, then do it, right? Like, don't just say it. Don't dilly-dally, as my daughter likes to say, right? Like, just go and get it, you know, because the King of Wands here, Queen and King of the same suit, it's a huge indicator that you and another person are on the same page. Now, I will say with this king, male or female, and you may be male or female yourself, they're sort of fighting for some emotional attention, okay? So yes, they have your back. They're on your side. They're very powerful, very willful, very persistent, right? You know who they are. They are here to push you and to motivate you. And, you know, they came through for a reason at this time, at this moment in life. But there is a little bit of tension coming from their part. I don't know if you're competing. Maybe it feels like you're competing with them or they're competing with you. But at the same time, you're allies in some way. At the same time, you're partners. Because the 7 of Wands is here, right? So it's not necessarily like a 5 of Wands where there's like arguments or people not on the same page. This one is more like breaking boundaries, breaking walls down. Maybe somebody here is just a little like too willful, too direct, like too much of a authoritative type of figure. So if you're up here with the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands definitely has some control issues, right? Like they are the last say in most situations, right? They are in control. But you're next to an emperor, you have emperor energy, whether you're male or female. So there may be some power struggles here for sure. And you're definitely trying to prove something to show that, yeah, like you can do it. I'm also getting for some of you, if this is a relationship, like romantic relationship, maybe this king, male or female, has been sort of like trying to break the walls that you have and getting into the vulnerability of your heart, right? Like opening up and bringing down the tension, bringing down the trust issues or, you know, whatever obstacles you're putting up. And I don't know if you are too open to that right now because you're so in control. And this 6 of Wands is making me feel like you have something to prove. You have something to accomplish. You have something to do. And this other person here is like, calm down. Like it's not that serious. Or like, you don't have to go so hard all the time, or you don't have to be so aggressive with me. Like, you know, like looking for some gentle emotional reciprocity between you and them in some way, if that makes sense. So they're trying, like I said, being very persistent, trying to bring the walls down here. All right, we're going to pull from another deck and see what else is coming through. So we got your personal energy. We got what's in your environment. We're going to go into some more detail, maybe break down the next 30 days. What's coming through for the Gemini, please? I'm also getting, for some of you, this person is like sort of a little bit against your group, or like maybe they feel like they also have something to prove to your people. There is definitely like this thing of clash, but I think there's a group of people, yourself or somebody in your environment, who is just too loving, right? Like it's just not like that, right? Like this person here, whoever the King of Wands is, male or female, is like persistent and wants to prove something to a group of people where things like that don't matter. This group of people, what matters is love. What matters is like loyalty, dependability. Like, are you going to be there for each other, right? Like, do you have each other's back? I don't know. There's something like more gentle, more positive, more peaceful and pure about this group, that this harder, tougher personality wants to come in and sort of like mess with it a little bit. And maybe you're just like, no, right? Like, we're not doing that. You want to play, or you want to go up against someone, go up against me. Or, you know, you don't want, like, you're testing me. Like, maybe the Gemini feels like somebody is testing them, right? They've created this peaceful, loving community or life in some way. This King of Wands, male or female, is coming through wanting to exude their control, right? With the Seven of Wands. And then the Gemini up here is like, I'm going to show you who is really in control, you know? So there, yeah, going back to the power play, it's definitely here. Okay, so in this deck, we have the King of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Four of Cups. I really do enjoy this deck. It's called Serpent Fire Tarot. I have their, oh no, I don't know where the deck went. Oh, well, I have another deck of them that I just got, but there's a lot of nudity in it, so I don't feel comfortable showing it on camera. But anyway, they're both really beautiful. Okay, where are we here? So yeah, there's some people coming through. I mean, you have a king, a knight, and a page. They may not be the same suit, but they're still here. So you're dealing with some people here. You're feeling like you're sort of let down by them. Maybe they don't satisfy you in some way, right? Doesn't have to be romantic or sexually. I'm just saying, like, maybe like sometimes we deal with people that we really care about, but they're not at the same consciousness level as us, or they haven't done enough like personal growth, or they haven't done their own work, right? Like, even though we care about them, they may be part of our family, you know, we may be friends with them for so long. But when we deal with them and we communicate with them, it's just like, dang, like, you're still on that old stuff. Or like, why, like, wouldn't you have grown from this by now, right? And I'm not saying, okay, maybe it does sound very judgmental, and I apologize about that, but sometimes we deal with these types of people and it's a disappointment. It's a letdown, right? Because we want the best for them, and we want them to grow and ascend and, you know, just have the best life that they can have. But it feels like they're letting you down in some way. Okay. Somebody here is definitely very It's more compassion, more empathy, more emotion when you relate with them. This could be you even. And there's a lot of conversation around, I don't know what really, because it's swords here. It could be anything, right? Like, but the swords are making me feel like there's communication back and forth. Like you're getting to know someone. Someone is showing their vulnerability, right? Like nakedness, whether that's literal or metaphorical, I don't know. But getting down, peeling the layers in a sense, getting to that core of what it is of a person, right? And what they are, who they are, their true core and their soul, their spirit, type of place that you are connecting with. But it still feels like there's a gap. It's almost as though like you saw some compatibility within another person. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be friendship, business partner. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a situation or an idea that you had. But there was hope, and there was like this compatible energy of like, oh, like we're cut from the same cloth, right? Like we have the same ideas, we think the same or whatever. But as you start to get to know them, you can see more and more that there's a gap. Okay. And it's starting to feel a little disappointing. I feel like one of you is more free loving than the other one would like. Okay. That could probably be you. Because with the King of Cups, of course, they're more emotional, right? So, one of you is like flow with it, right? Like live and let live type of energy. The inability to pin you down or really like ground you. And maybe they're the ones that are feeling let down by that. Maybe they saw the promise and the hope in this connection, and the more they get to know you, the more intangible you are to them. That's strong. The more they get to know you, the more they feel that you're further and further away than they thought. As it relates to you specifically, you are learning something and you're communicating a lot. You're learning something that you are starting to grow more an emotional attachment to. Maybe it's like a new interest, a new hobby. You're really getting into it and you feel strongly about it. I don't know. I'm also getting like politics or something all of a sudden as well. You have the World. The Chariot. It's just like you want bigger things. You're on some new shit. You want to go new places. King of Pentacles. Wow. I don't know. I mean, it's not unusual to have so many people in a Gemini reading, but there's another person here. I feel like you're in search for a King of Pentacles. Like you want to connect with the King of Pentacles. For some of you, it feels very spiritual, like astral travel, or maybe this King of Pentacles is on another domain, like they're not existent. Their body isn't in Earth, but their soul is somewhere. You can feel that. You want to connect with them. Some of you may be doing a lot of like meditating and maybe taking some plant medicine or something like that. And going on a journey. Okay, it feels very much like that, like a journey. The King of Pentacles is making me feel, whether this is an external person or a part of you that is primal. Okay, like a primal earthly spirit. A primal earthly entity. In some way, whether you're summoning this up, you are in pursuit of this, or it is a part of your inner core, inner being. And maybe this is also why you and this person, it's not the right time because you're on this journey, like you're going somewhere, you're looking for something. To bring it down and ground it to the more mundane, if you're dealing with another person and you're just getting to know them and it's not really working out, it's because your goals and your aspirations and your focus are on things that are of the material. So this could be like building a business, making more money, getting promoted, something that's really earthly. Okay, so it can be like that for some of you, or it could be like in the spiritual realms, as I was explaining a little while ago. But you're motivated, inspired, you have a vision. It's like you're in your own world right now. The Hanged Man. Something comes to a halt at the end of this 30-day period, though. The Star. It feels as though you find something you were looking for. And it sort of just like turns your world upside down. It stops you in your tracks. Four of Pentacles. And you're very defensive about it. You're defending this till the end. One more. And the Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever you were waiting for here with the Three of Wands. Something happens. I don't know. I want to say like, this is like, it feels very like scientist energy. Like you're up all night, right? You're going through the rabbit hole of this thing and you're completely engulfed in it mentally. You're thinking about it so much. And you find the answer, or you get the message, or something clicks. It's what you've been waiting for arrives. I don't know if it's just the cards, but it does feel very psychedelic, as though you're in another realm. Okay. It's like like an all-nighter, and you wake up in the morning and it's just like, whoa, like what was that, right? Like you're different. It's not the same anymore. But either way, I mean, here with the Chariot in the middle of the month, you're definitely going somewhere in pursuit of the Knight of Pentacles. Which is something that you can depend on, something that's real, like this is a good idea. This is a promising, like it's realistic, but you have to change some things here in order to make it work and to make it happen, which I think you're doing. But at some point, this journey, this chariot that you're on comes to a halt, and you're seeing something from a different perspective. And this thing that you're in pursuit of, it changes, right? I feel like it's the same thing, but the idea of it's a little bit different, or the perspective that you have on it is a little bit different. And maybe you don't want it to change. I think you see something differently that you didn't want to see different. Like now that you see it differently, it's like, dang, like maybe it's not the best idea anymore, or maybe I don't want that anymore, right? Which is, I think, typical in a sense of your way, like you get excited about the thing and you go for it and you try to do it. But then once you acquire it, or you get a taste of it, or something, it shifts, you're not into it anymore. You're on something else now, type of thing. But it does feel like you'll wait for it. So whether you stay in this state and wait, or you're on something else, it's almost like you see it differently. It's like, okay, fine. Like, never mind, right? It's not the right time. I will continue on my journey and I'll wait until it is the right time. Like, that's what it feels like. Are we doing? Yes, I do want to do some oracle. What can we do? Let's try the elemental. I recently moved my chambers around. I call it my chambers, my witch chambers. So things are a little, they're not in their place yet. Okay, what is the advice for the Gemini that I'm reading for today, please? Advice for Gemini. Mountain. Yeah, you're working on it. Okay. So, clarity, number 16. It's like when you get to the peak level, the peak thing, top of the thing, you see it differently. It becomes clearer to you now. Something, you end up seeing it for what it is, and it's just like, oh, I see you now, right? And for some of you, going back to this other person, this relationship, right? Like once you see this person for what they are, the whole time they're trying to get you to be vulnerable and drop your guard. But as you do this, like I said, the more you do it, the less interested you are, the more let down you become. You start to see that they are wanting to disturb your peace, in some way, wanting to disturb this beautiful, loving part of your life that you've cultivated for whatever reason, right? Maybe because of the power play and the fact that, they know that they're not in control. So that's something there. Let's get another one. What other oracle deck can I use? Let's try the Sacred Geometry. If this resonates with you, relates to you at all, let me know in the comments. Click the like button. That helps the channel so much, with my channel being so small. And then, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. That'll be awesome. Gemini, what is the takeaway message for the Gemini, please? Crown chakra. So this says the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. A good meditation and thought when you're doing the meditation, like visualization, is like you're breathing out the negative and you're breathing in the positive. Breathing out the darker, grayer, smokier light and breathing in the lighter, brighter white light, right? But there's a lot that goes through in this brain of yours, in this mind of yours, if it is messy, if it's cloggy, if there's a lot of distraction, even opposite of that, if you're completely zoned in and focused on this one thing, right? You're not allowing for the crown to be freely open and to receive clarity, because apparently, based off of the feedback that the universe wants to give you, is clarity is important in your situation. To see something clearly here is necessary. And you either are too distracted or too focused on one thing that you're not really able to see something or someone for what it really is or who they truly are. So the need to step out of your mind a little bit and see the big picture, or the need to really accept that some people, no matter how much we hope that they are a certain way, are just not, right? And there is no changing that sometimes. It just is what it is, Continue down this journey. You'll find what you're looking for. It may not be right now. It may not be this person, but it will be. Okay? All right, Gemini, thank you so much for your time and energy. I love reading for you guys. I hope everything works out. Check out your rising sign, your moon sign. All of the readings are on the channel. Go check out the channel. There's so much readings that I've done for you there. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.